What's up, DRMB? Obviously, it's Captain Obvious. I got a Battlefield 3 gameplay commentary for you guys today. The gameplay is some Conquest Domination on Danya Fortress using the AEK 971. It is some high-action, epic gameplay. Hope you guys enjoy it. But today's video will be based around close quarters and what my opinions and expectations of it initially were, and what it actually turned out to be and what I thought about it. A little bit later into the video, I will also be talking about my expectations for future DLC, and how I feel DICE should move in that direction, and what exactly they should do to extend the life of this game even more than it currently is right now. So the first thing you think about when you look at a new DLC is the maps. Did DICE get the maps for close quarters right, or did they not? I feel like they did. Their main goal, obviously, was going into this DLC for some high-action close quarters gameplay with some tight corners, small rooms, some long lines of sight here and there, and just some high-action gameplay. And I think they achieved that pretty well. It pretty much goes without saying that the gameplay is high action, there's stuff going on everywhere, and there's guys all over the place. Now, I'm not quite certain about how it is on PC with like 32 people on each team, but that sounds like it'd be insane. But, you know, 8v8 on console still gets pretty insane sometimes. So, I think that DICE achieved what their goal of high action conquest domination gameplay would be. I think it was executed pretty well, not flawlessly, but there are a few things that could have added into these maps to increase the fluency and how well they played. There's a lot of things obstructing your, normal pathways. There's a lot of things lying on the ground that could have taken out to make it move a little bit faster. There's some randomly placed pots and barriers and chairs and stuff that sometimes people get stuck on, but that really doesn't matter because there's usually a direct sort of running path to where you want to go. But I feel like they got the maps well. They're very well designed. Ziba Tower is obviously everybody's favorite because it's just beautiful. It plays really well. The map's laid out well. The conquest domination points are in nice spots. And it's just a nice map. Scrapyard, on the other hand, tends to be what people hate the most. I think the reason for that is because of its extremely vertical gameplay. There are 3 or 4 levels on the right side where B is, and then there's 2 or 3 on the side where A is. And it seems like this vertical gameplay on Scrap Metal is... Did I say Scrapyard before? I think I did, but I mean Scrap Metal. Scrap Metal seems like something that people don't like because it's verticality. And I can agree with people on that. There's always somebody above you, and most Battlefield maps are not too vertical. That's usually restricted to Call of Duty, where there's a lot of floors above you and whatnot. But when you take a look at Scrap Metal, it just doesn't play right. It's just a clusterfuck, excuse my language, but there's a lot of things going on in that map. There's so many ways to get across the map. There's like bridges, there's tunnels you can go under, and things like that. And the map just has no fluency to it. There's one side of the map, and then there's another side of the map. Usually one team is on either side, just waiting for the other team to come across, and does not play as well as I thought it would. Ziba Tower, Danya Fortress, and Operation 9 to 5 all play very well. There's some fluency to them. There's some actually areas that you should be able to go to, and it just plays well. Scrap Metal, and I know a lot of people will agree with me on this, is the worst map in the DLC. If you guys didn't like, Danya Fortress, you didn't like Operation 9 to 5, you like Scrap Metal the best, that's okay with you. It's just my opinion. I feel like Scrap Metal was executed poorly. It's still not a bad map. It could just have done a little bit better things with it. Maybe even take the map out all in all and just include a more fluent map. It's something that actually made more sense than what Scrap Metal turned out to be. It's still fun sometimes, don't get me wrong. It's just sometimes Scrap Metal plays poorly and it's just not a fluent game at all. All the other maps, on the other hand, are well played and there's a lot of things going on in them at one time. And the teams actually seem like they're doing something together when Scrap Metal, just to me, it seems like it's just a whole lot of people going everywhere. But that can also apply to the rest of the close quarters maps because sometimes it's just a whole lot of people going everywhere and there's really not too much team movement, which is the one downside of close quarters. You really can't have close range maps like this and also include teamwork in them. It happens sometimes, but a lot of the times you do not have nice teamwork and great coordination like you would on a rush map such as Grand Bazaar or on something like Dammerman Peak, where you gotta move as a team, take positions, and establish map control, and things like that. Close quarters, unfortunately, does not have too much map control involved in it. It's just running from point A to point B, back and forth between 2 flags or 3 flags, and just killing the people along the way. But sometimes there is some team movement and coordination, and I like that. So overall, the maps are good. Some of them play well, some of them don't. But overall, they're great maps. Alright, so the next thing you think about when you, especially for a Battlefield 3 DLC, is the weapons. Are the weapons good? And yes, they are good. They are all great weapons. There's nothing bad about them. I mean, you take a look at the Back to Karkan DLC weapons. The PP-19 was not that great. The MK3A1 is just pathetic in comparison to the USAS-12. And you know that QBU 88 or 85, I'm not quite certain what the number is, but that weapon really doesn't stick out from the other semi-automatic sniper rifles. So there's some things in that DLC that really didn't show exactly what a nice downloadable content weapon should be. Close Quarters, on the other hand, got the weapons right. The Scar-L, AUG, MTAR, Spaz-12, JNG-90, all those weapons have their nice niche roles that kind of makes them unique amongst a lot of the other Battlefield 3 weapons. They could have buffed that M5K, but I've heard some rumors about how it's not affected by suppression as much as the other weapons, which is nice as a buff to that weapon, but it's still not the best. It seems like they don't get PDWs right in these expansion packs, because every single PDW out there that's added to the game will just be outclassed by the MP7 without a doubt. So the weapons are great. I love all the weapons. They're really well done, and they just seem like cool things. And the final thing with this Battlefield 3 DLC is that its longevity and how much or how long people will be playing this DLC for. And I feel like it will have a nice longevity to it. People will be playing Close Quarters for the next few months until Armored Kill comes out. And even after that, I feel people will be playing Close Quarters a lot because it's addicting. I can't stop playing Close Quarters. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I know a lot of people out there have just a run and gun style of gameplay like I do. They just can't stop moving. And that's what Close Quarters is. It caters directly to those type of people. And those people will never stop playing Close Quarters because of this high action gameplay and just its addictiveness, because you just have all this high action, which is really awesome. I think you guys get it by now. I like Close Quarters, and I think that's a great DLC. But in the future, we have 3 more DLC expansion packs coming out for Battlefield 3. And none of us know exactly what to expect from these expansion packs. We already know a lot of details from Armored Kill. We know it's going to be the biggest map in Battlefield history. There's going to be a lot of new vehicles. Hopefully 10 new weapons added into the DLC. So there's a lot of stuff we have expectations for in Armored Kill. We want it to play very well. We want the vehicle gameplay to be extremely awesome. We want to have a lot of different vehicles in there. Some variation between a lot of air combat, some ground fights. Now, the difference between Close Quarters and Armored Kill is that Close Quarters is more catered toward a specific console gameplay. You really can't go wrong with Close Quarters on console. I mean, Operation Firestorm, Caspian Border don't play well on console. But when you take a look at all the Close Quarters maps, they play very well on console because they're sort of catered to the small amount of players and just that play style. Armored Kill, however, is going to be a lot of open spaces and will not play well on console in my opinion. But it still will be a fun time. I think it will still be a nice change from Battlefield 3 Close Quarters, adding in some bigger maps than were already in the initial game. And I think it will be a cool experience for all of us. I have high expectations of Armored Kill. I hope they get the vehicles right. I hope the AC-130 is not as sort of people waiting around, waiting to get in the actual airplane, as I really hope it's not going to be, because if people just wait around getting to that AC-130, it'll piss me off. But I feel like if the vehicles are good, if the maps play well, if they're nice and open, and they're more compact on console, catering toward that type of player, I think they'll do Armored Kill very well, and maybe I will even enjoy it. Aftermath and Endgame really don't have too much expectations and even knowledge upon what that's going to be. Let's just hope they do it well, and the stuff that they include in those DLCs is actually entertaining and will extend the longevity of this game even further, maybe to when, Black Ops 2 or Warfighter eventually come out and we can change to a new game then. Let's just hope Battlefield 3 just gets it right for the rest of this year. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and you actually thought about some things regarding the upcoming DLC. Remember to respond to this video in the comments section and get people thinking. Go subscribe to my channel if you like what I got here. You don't have to, but it'll be nice. Follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description, and I will see you guys later. Bye.